Hi everybody. Today what we're going to work on is making a lantern. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of paper. I'm just using a piece of scrap I have. We're going to fold it in half. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting down here like this. So I'm going to make marks on my paper so you can see how I'm doing it. We don't want to go all the way to the top. What we want to do is we want to start right about here and go straight down, straight down, straight down. And we're going to do that all the way over to the other side. Now you could make lines closer together or farther apart, but I'd say don't make it too much farther apart than this. You can definitely do it closer together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the paper folded, so you'll see that it's like this. You want to cut from that fold in the paper up and stop. So we go cut, 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 all the way up, little snips. Make sure you don't cut it all the way off. This is a good time to practice your cutting, so make sure you do this yourself. If you need help with the lines, it's okay, but try to get practice with cutting. Very important to get lots of practice with cutting. It's good for our hands, it's good for our coordination, and it's good to help you make art. So you see what I have now is this, and when I fold it, look at that beautiful shape I get. So that's how I'm going to make my lantern. What I like to do too is I like to put a little border at the top and bottom. So I'm going to use another piece of scrap I have, and I'm going to cut straight across. And again, you can have someone help you, but make sure you get practice with cutting. Oops, all the way across. So I'm going to put a little glue at the top and a little glue at the bottom. You always have to make sure the glue runs down. Now remember, when we pour glue, we never do this. This is way too much glue. What I do is I wait for the glue to get down here, and then I use it like I'm writing. Just rubbing, you hear? That way I don't add too much, because if you add too much, then it's going to be messy. Now mine's a little bit longer. I can always trim that off. Oops, I guess I should move it over a little bit while it's still not totally sticky. Here we go. Okay, oh, see, I didn't need to cut. Listen how I'm doing it. Never pour. That makes way too messy of glue, and then people don't like us to use glue when we make messes, so we can do that. So now that's the top and the bottom of my lantern. So now you remember how we kind of fold it over. Oops. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll help it stick better. And now what I can do is I can do the folding over. You see that? That's going to help me get a lantern shape. And lights are very, very often used in different cultures. When I was looking up lanterns, I think of New Year festival lanterns and Diwali. I noticed them using lanterns. So you can probably find out lots of different celebrations where lanterns are used. So I'm going to use my stapler. If you don't have a stapler, you certainly can use glue and hold it. Remember, count to 10. And then I'm going to pull it right here. Oh, staple it like that. Look, down, see. I know sometimes when we make these in the art room, people like to put their hands in there, but sometimes they rip if we do that. So you can pick any color you want to add for a handle. I'm going to pick green. I could have picked my pink, but I'm just going to keep it green. And this you may need a little help with if you're going to be using a stapler. But if you use glue, I like to put it on the inside so you don't see it. And here we go. Now, if you have like one of those, don't use a real candle, but if you have one of those little fake candles, you can put it inside. And you can make many of them. You can get a piece of string, you can do all different colors, and you can hang them. They look so beautiful. So you can make them any way you want. You could even use a white piece of paper, decorate it, and then you can hang them all together. You could make them smaller, you could make them bigger, but it's really fun to make paper lanterns, and they look so much nicer when they're all together. I love to hang them up in the art room. So I can't wait to see what you try tomorrow during art class, or in art class. We're going to work on this together, but I wanted to make sure you knew what we were doing ahead of time. Okay? Have fun making your lantern.